everybody, and welcome to the Family First Life Solidity podcast. Super excited today. We have Agent of the Month for the month of October 2022. Miss Helena Wares here with us today. Helena, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great, Marisa. How are you?
I'm doing amazing, and I'm just really excited to have Helena on with us today. I will absolutely let her share her story, but just so we kind of know where we're coming from, Helena helped about 20 families this past month, and it was her first full month in the industry. So definitely something that should not go unnoticed. So hence, Helena, shows up to the office, she plugs into the trainings, she reaches out for help. She does essentially what the system, asks her to do. But without further ado, Helena, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about, who you are, what you were doing before Family First Life, and what got you involved with Family First Life.
Yeah, my name's Helena Wares, and I'm 22, recent grad. I've been a student the past 4 years in Massachusetts, and I just recently graduated this summer. And I worked retail in jewelry specifically for the past 5 years. Loved my job, but it was not my plan after graduation. So right when I graduated, obviously, if you've been a student, you know the process. You're looking for work, you're looking at everything and anything. And I was just obviously really unhappy with anything I was finding. I was like, that's just not me. I'm not going to shine there. Like, I have so much more to offer than these entry-level positions. And I'm like not satisfied with just, parking at the first one. Like, I just couldn't do it. So someone close to me, they actually, it's actually funny. So I had looked at another job application and I did the interview process for all of it, and I realized it was for insurance, and I was like, okay, that's not like what I was considering, but like the interview went great and I kind of understand what's going on. And then someone close to me, they were like, why would you go there? I do insurance too, like you would be great at our company. And I was like, okay, sign me up. I feel so much more like confident when I'm working with people that I can trust, and I just know they wouldn't lead me astray. So I just kind of like jumped into it fully, immersed myself fully, because I was like, I can believe these people. I can trust what they're saying. So
Love that. So coming out of college, just like most of us coming out of college, myself included, you were like, hey, where can I go and where can I thrive and shine and really utilize the things that you're good at and also make a great income for yourself, right?
Yeah.
And you planted a flag at a different company, and then you said, hey, I'm going to pick this flag up. I know this person, and I'm going to go with Family First Life. And happy you did it.
And I dodged a bullet. Like, I had no idea. Like, I hadn't signed a contract with the first company, but I didn't even know that these were things to be considering about, like, how much am I fully vested? How much is my compensation? And yeah, like signing a contract, I didn't realize the significance of that. So
absolutely, because just like, most of us coming in, you don't know what you don't know, right?
Exactly.
So super thankful that, we were able to, catch you before you signed that contract. Yeah. But with that being said, coming into a new industry, and you talked a little bit about this, but what do you feel like has really kind of bred the confidence for you to go out there and just say, I'm going to make this happen and I'm just going to follow the system?
Well, it's, you got to screw up pretty bad to not see results, honestly. Like, it's really straightforward. I hear a lot of people say it, it may be hard, but it's simple. So I really just had to like grow my own character a lot to like kind of level up to what I needed to be to really be good at this. But that being said, I've never done insurance before. This is my first like 2 months in here, and it's pretty easy to catch on to. Does that answer the question?
It does. And, essentially, like you're saying, I had the confidence because I saw the system, I was plugging, and I was playing.
Yeah, and there was so much, like, resources for me to look at. Like, even when I'm not at work, I was able to, like, strengthen, like, my knowledge, everything like that, so that when, like, situations came up, I knew how to respond. I knew what to do, because they have just so much infrastructure in place that you can just plug into, really.
Awesome. And I love that. And, I love how you mentioned, I had to grow, right? Like, I think self-development is extremely, extremely important in this industry, because I say, like, wherever you're at today, you have to grow as a person to grow in your business as well, and in your life, right? So talk to us a little bit about the things that you do, each week to make sure that you're setting yourself up for a solid win.
Yeah. So when I first started, my like upline, Marisa and Rami, they would tell me like exactly what I should be doing. And I took it like Bible. I was like, I gotta do that to the T, buy my leads every week. Even honestly, I'm gonna recommend you buy them more than just the day before. Like you should be looking in the CRM every single day. This is something I more recently started doing, and it's helped me so much so that, you're getting first pick on those leads. You're in there every morning with your notifications on, and you get that email when your leads come in. You're like, I'm getting those, I'm grabbing those, add them to my basket. So, and then other things would be plugging into an office that is just no brainer. Like honestly, I was really interested in working remotely from my home, but then I didn't realize like how much an office would be so beneficial to me. Like I needed that when I'm starting out. I needed to be around top producers, hearing them dial, hearing what they're saying, and it really helped me a lot. And honestly, me to stay focused, because God knows I'm distracted sometimes.
Hey, and we all are. And I think that those are really important things, like the leads, right? Like checking the CRM like every day. I know I'm in there like every day just lurking like 3 times a day. It's almost like
your Facebook.
I was going to say like you check your Facebook or your Instagram, right? Once you start doing that, it just helps you out that much more, and you start understanding the business too that much more. And I've seen so much growth in you over the past 2 months, and it's amazing to see. Because like you said, you really did. You took everything we said, like the Bible, and you were like, I'm going to follow this. And you did, and you're winning, right? So I love that. If you could bring your sin in the office, actually, I want to hit on that because you're really good at getting here. Not only getting here, but getting here on time and getting on the phones, right? Mm-hmm. So plugging into an office, like you said, it sounds really attractive to be able to work virtual, work remote, which you know that you can. You have that option, right? But you choose to come to the office because it allows you to stay more focused, honed in on what are you doing today, what's the task at hand, and what are we all going to kind of accomplish while we're here together, right? And it makes it that much easier. Is that fair?
Yeah, no, honestly, and it's worth going out of your way. Even, I drive about an hour to the office, and honestly, I arrive here early every Monday and Thursday just because, traffic, but also I want to get set up, so it's doing the little things that, put yourself in the situation to see success. So print your leads off early, set up yourself so that you're ready to dial at 8, join on the dial teams, all those things. Do that door knock even though you're nervous. Like those little things, they just keep building you, and ultimately they're like building up my confidence too. So
absolutely. And actually, Helena, if you can hit a little bit on that, right? So like there's so many things that have come in front of you and that, maybe at the time, just like everybody else, is almost like it's a little bit nerve-wracking, right? Like you said, like door knock, right? Mm-hmm. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. But talk to us a little bit about, your first couple door knocking experiences, what those looked like.
I was so chicken scared. Like I was terrified to door knock for a while. First week didn't do it. Second week was like, I'm gonna do it, didn't do it. Like by the third week I had, got the guts to like knock on people's doors. And I actually got a couple appointments set from that, and I was so surprised, which I don't know why I was surprised. That's what everyone told me what would happen. And I got those appointments, showed up to the appointments. Well, first of all, that actually helped me on dial days because my schedule was already a little bit set up, had appointments already in there, made it easier on myself. And when I go to show up to those appointments, they're solid. Like they know I'm going to be there. And got apps submitted from that. So I was able to help those people, their phone number was disconnected or whatever it was, and I was able to help them. So that was a really satisfying moment to just connect with them and be there. And they're like, no one ever reached out to me about this.
Right.
So,
and you saw like going that extra mile that other people aren't willing to do was actually the win for you. And I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, on your first or second set of door knocks, you booked up like 4 appointments, you sat them all, and you helped all 4 of them.
Yeah, so that happened, which was just crazy to think of because I was so nervous of it. But if I hadn't done those door knocks, my submit numbers would not have been that great. It really, honestly, I think the only ones I submitted was from the door knocks, so they really saved me.
Right. So like you 20 families because you got uncomfortable, or like maybe 5.
Exactly.
Right?
Difference.
Absolutely.
Difference.
So that's huge. So if you're not door knocking, get out there and door knock. Like Helena said, she wasn't comfortable. She went out there, she got uncomfortable, and that's how we win in this business, right?
Yeah. And let me tell you, even the apartments, they're fun to door knock. Once you get out of your comfort zone a little bit, you get like an adrenaline rush. Like, yes, I did it. I got in the building and I'm knocking on their door.
It's true. It's true. And it's also just like exactly like that adrenaline. I can do this. I can do this, right? It's reassuring your confidence in yourself. And that's huge because if you're not confident in yourself, people can feel that, right? Mm-hmm. So if you could go back to, let's bring you back to your first day in this business, right? If you could go back, what's one piece of advice you might tell yourself or one thing you might not do?
I mean, just if it's your first day, like, I just want to tell you, it does end. The first day does end. It's not as long as you think it is. You just got to get through it. And every day after that, they tell me you're going to be your worst on the first day. That's the worst you'll ever be. And that's true. I've never had a day where I was that bad. But I somehow kept dialing, the whole day, put it all in. And that's you're really learning, and that's your baseline. So, next time I go into dial, I just got to be better than that, which is, not too difficult, honestly.
Absolutely. And it's you're just beating yourself every day, right? It's how can I get a little bit better every day? And I love that you brought that up. This is the worst you're ever going to be, right? Like today's the worst I'm ever going to be. Today's the worst you're ever going to be. It's the worst anybody's ever going to be as long as you take action. Like you said, I stayed here the whole day. You were here from 7 in the morning until I think 9:30 at night, right?
Yeah, that was because I was listening to podcasts before I had even started my first dial day. And Paul McLean's I would stay to the office at 9 p.m. sometimes if I couldn't get my schedule full. And I'm like, okay, first day, I'm going to do it right. I'm going to do everything I need to be doing. And that was of course, I didn't get 15 appointments on my first dial day. That's normal. So I did stay later. And that was just to show myself, this is what you got to do. If you do it the first day, it's not going to seem unusual to do it later on.
Absolutely. And we always talk about, right, if you can get one more appointment every dial day when you're getting started, you're getting better. And it's that healthy up and up, right? Mm-hmm. And you've really seen that. So that's amazing. Running mainly final expense, which is awesome. I love running final expense. What are some of the things that you do to ensure that you're putting the client in the best situation, but you're also setting yourself up to be, in the best situation as the agent as well?
Yeah, something so important I found is getting them to pull out what policies they already have. Mm-hmm. That is just, you're not doing your job thoroughly if you're not looking over their other policies for them because you don't know what you don't know. They don't have a license. They don't know what they're looking at when they get this in the mail. They just think they've, got life insurance and it's all great and dandy. I've had so many situations where they didn't like the policy they had and they had no idea that's what they had. So, and it's all about finding something better for them, and also asking, so one spouse might have coverage already and the other needs coverage, but go circle back, ask the spouse that already has coverage, do you want anything extra coverage today for your significant other? And I've had the wife come up to me and she's like, that would be huge for me. That extra $5,000 will make a huge difference on my life whenever that day comes.
Absolutely. So it's about asking the right questions, right? And I love how you brought up, pulling out policies, right? Because sometimes it can be and Helena, what life insurance do you already have in place? And you start listing off all these things that you have. You're like, well, I have this company and I'm covered for $100,000. I have this company I'm covered for $200,000. And then I'm like, oh, well, Helena, can you grab the policies, right? And you're like, I don't know where they are. Okay, well, we have a couple of options, right? First of all, Helena, you probably do know where they are, right? Yeah. You probably do, right? So usually when I'm like, okay, well, I can't help you out today, if I don't know what you already have in place, right? Doctor-patient mindset, right? If we go to the doctor's office and say, I have a fever, but I'm not willing to let you look at me, they can't help us, right? Mm-hmm. Same thing. If we go into a client's home, we don't know what they have, we can't help them. And what I hear you saying is sometimes people are in a graded policy, so it has a waiting period, or an accidental death policy, and I think it's a whole life.
Yeah, and I take my time. I'm like, go ahead, look for it. I have things I need to do here, so I'll just take my time. And even if they don't find it, I'm like, that's important because if you can't find it, how's your daughter or your son going to be able to find it when they really need it? And they're like, oh my gosh, that's So true. And so I've gone to even the extra step where I'll go sit down with them, call the carrier with them, so that they're getting a paper copy of their policy mailed to them, so they have that. And it's just doing those extra things that builds the trust with the client, so they know that you're really advocating for them in every situation.
Absolutely. And that's huge, Helena, because some agents will say, oh, you can't find the policy. Okay. All right. No worries. And then just move on. But you're saying, hey, we can call the company.
Find out what product it is.
Amen. Yep. So you know exactly what they have. And then also they're getting a copy of it.
Exactly.
So worst case scenario, you help them explain their policy, right? So you fight until you can get that information on the table, which is really, really, really important.
Which if you say you're there to help someone, that's helping someone. That's doing something at least to help them. So it's really about putting them first.
Absolutely. And I love that because it's like when you go into the home with that attitude and mindset, it's completely different than when you go in and I'm gonna make a sale, right? No, it's like I'm gonna go and I'm gonna help Helena's family, right? And that's how it seems like you truly view your clients like their family. So
exactly,
love it. And then what are some other tips you would give in the home? You know, just maybe one tip that you feel like, hey, if I don't do this in the home, policies, by the way, that was a great one. But one other tip, hey, if I don't do this in the home, like I don't really, it might not go that great. Or one more tip.
Well, I have to do when I show them the lead, there's a couple things I do. So I'll immediately pull my license out first and I'm like, this is my insurance license. I just like to leave it out for you guys. And so that immediately makes them feel so comfortable. They're like, thank you. You know, sometimes I'll ask to take a picture of it. They're just really comfortable from the jump at that point. I've never had like a situation where they're like, don't want to give me their social or their routing number. They just know they're talking to the professional. This is my job. This is what I'm here to do. So, they will hand everything to me. So, and I like to show them the lead and I'm like, was this you who filled this out? And I tell them, fill it out. Most people fill it out for one of three reasons. Either you don't have life insurance and you know you need it, or you have life insurance already and you just want to strengthen your position. Or lastly, you might just want to leverage your legacy for your family. And with those, what is most applicable to you? And they answer. And that's like a trial close,
Love it. Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. Yeah, it's a trial close. You're saying, okay, like, look, we're already here today. Exactly. So which category? So you hit that right from the jump. That's really important too, is making sure, like Helena said, establishing credibility. They like you, they trust you. I always say first they buy you, right? No matter how much somebody needs insurance, if they don't like you, they're not going to buy from you. They know like we can just call, ABC company and get some insurance, right? Yeah. But if they like you, they trust you, they see value, they're gonna buy from you, right? And I love how you like kind of live behind that of you're looking at the client like their family, and that's huge, and it's gonna take you a long, long way. I can tell you that for sure. And just to kind of hit it like home, do you believe that anybody can actually do this? Like in terms of being an agent, a field agent, do you think that anybody who has a heart to care about people and they work hard, do you think that anybody can do this with those two qualifications?
Yeah, I think if you are able to put other people before yourself, why can't you do this? Because that's the most successful attribute, I'd say, in this field. Like that's what's going to really define you. You can go out and do a good job, and it's by putting them before yourself. And I'd say I had no experience in this industry, and I was able to do it. They make it pretty simple for you. They give you steps, plenty of podcasts and other resources to listen to that just help keep your mind in the right place. That's actually another huge thing. Like not only was the podcast and all the videos helpful for me learning, but it was helpful for me keeping my mindset in the right place.
Ongoing.
So, yes, exactly. You're not allowing yourself to break that and get in a like discouraged place or anything like that. You're just maintaining that positive mindset.
Not too high, not too low, nice and even. And when you stay on the trainings, etc., it keeps you like that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Love it. Love it. And then what are your goals to wrap up the year? I know it's exciting because it's almost, you came in like at the end of like almost the last quarter, right?
Yeah, and it's really coming up fast. So I think that my goal would probably be to hit 40 families a month.
40 families a month.
Yeah.
No doubt in the month of November or December that you will absolutely hit that and you'll continue to blow it out of the water,
Yeah,
Helena.
why not? You know?
Exactly. Why not? Why not you, right? Like truly, right? And if in your first full month in this business you help 20, no doubt you're going to be helping 40 before you know it. And just to kind of close the call out, before we do that, if somebody's wanting to get started and wanting to reach out to you to get started, what's the best way for them to reach out to you? Your Instagram handle?
Yeah, you can reach out to me on Instagram. It's my first name, Helena .wares, WARES, or you could really text me also. My phone number is 316-730-1091.
All right, awesome. So if you want to get working with Helena, somebody who got up, they got going fast, they got moving, and they take advice, they pull it in, and they're growing in a growth mindset, that's somebody whose team I want to be a part of. So Helena, thank you so much for being on with us today. Truly proud to have you as Agent of the Month, and truly proud to just have you on the team. So excited to kick butt this upcoming year and close the year out strong. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for everything, Marisa.
Absolutely.